Hey guys, welcome back to another video by your friend Josiah Campbell. Recently I've been more active on Twitter than I have been in the past, and I've seen this certain messaging come up quite a bit, and it goes something a little bit like this. Does the devil know that you're being his advocate? Why are you doing the devil's work for him? I was trying to think of another example, but that's pretty much the gist of it. Basically, a lot of people have been bashing people for playing devil's advocate. I know that it doesn't really connote very good messaging off the bat, doesn't really give the best initial impressions upon hearing the name of the game. However, I think that is being misjudged, and perhaps people are using it wrongly, people are just using it to be an asshole, and I'm here to be an advocate for the devil's advocate. That might actually be a better video title than the one I had planned. The reason why I feel so passionately about this is because I have actually been accused of playing devil's advocate a lot. And I do. I have a podcast, as some of you guys know, and I play a lot on there. Now, the reason I do this on the podcast is to promote discussion. We recently done an episode on podcasts on our podcast. I know, right? It's so meta. I brought it up and I did say that I was going to do a video on this. So if you are coming from there, then well done for being one of the first to know. But yeah, I spoke about it a little bit on there, but the benefits of playing devil's advocate is to promote discussion and basically be the voice for the other side of the discussion so that further conversations can actually take place. Now, if you're surrounding yourself with friends that usually, I guess, have similar values to you, you guys are all aligned politically, then that other side of the argument is not gonna be seen a lot of the time, where you can be in a discussion that doesn't turn into rants on Twitter. So for me, that's why I play devil's advocate. Now, that being said, here's the disclaimer. I do it on the podcast with other people because the point of the podcast is for discussion, and it is to help encourage seeing the different side of things, questioning your own beliefs, and pretty much just trying to get rid of any ignorance that people might have before they decide to completely align with one policy. Of course, there's numerous topics that you can play devil's advocate on. Some are going to be a little bit more sensitive than others. Some you might want to avoid wholly. But of course, that's why it's called devil's advocate, because you're a lot of the time playing the role of the person that is hated the most, right? So my point around that is I do it in a podcast setting because that's the nature of the podcast. If you are chilling with your friends and every minute of the day, whenever you're having a normal discussion and you just decide to play devil's advocate, one, it can be annoying, and two, there's a time and a place to have heated discussions and to present another side to an argument. For example, it's like if your friend told you, oh, my mum died from cancer, lung cancer, and decided to bring up at that moment, oh, well, you know, you shouldn't smoke. Like, that's what all of these adverts are there for, to like, come on, dude. There's a time and a place. Okay, Josiah, so when are you supposed to play devil's advocate then? I don't have my own podcast. So when is the most important time to play it? For me, I'd say the beauty of it is to play it with yourself. Which might sound a bit sad, but let me explain. The purpose of playing it with yourself is to be able to question your own thinking, and really when you do it, there can be an outcome of two things. Either you start questioning your beliefs and you think, actually, I don't have as strong as a belief in this initial thought as I originally did, and you decide that you might need to look into a topic further. Or you can end up seeing the other side of things, understanding that argument completely, and from understanding the complete other side, it affirms your belief even stronger in whatever it is that you believe in. I'm being very general here because, like I said, you can play it on a lot of things. So really, at the end of the day, it's a win-win situation when you're doing it with yourself. First of all, you're eradicating any ignorance that you may have and evaluating any bias that you may have, and just questioning, how strong do I believe in this? Where do these views come from? And basically just enabling your critical thinking to work to a better degree. And you as a person are more knowledgeable and more cemented in your belief thinking. So what I'm saying is there's not much bad that can come from it, other than you may be initially being quite uncomfortable with the fact that you're questioning some things that might actually hold a lot of dear value to you, or something that you've always believed in or that you've been taught from the early stages of your life. So I've been meaning to do this video for a while, but the other day I did come across something by Mark Manson, the author of The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. In one of the chapters, he dives into these questions that you could ask yourself when it comes to questioning your beliefs. And I've actually written them down here in my notebook. And these questions go as follows. What if I'm wrong? What would it mean if I were wrong? And would being wrong create a better or worse problem than my current problem for both myself and others? And I think with most topics, if we ask ourselves these questions, then we could come to a realization that really and truly, if I do question my thinking on whatever topic it is, I might actually be better off if I find out that things aren't the way that I had always thought they were. He also goes into saying that most of the things that we believe are true today aren't going to be true anyway in years to come. For example, back in the days, people thought that the earth was flat. That's just one of many examples of things that were believed to be true once. And with new information coming to light, we look back and think, wow, these people must have been stupid, or their views at the time we just see as silly compared to what we believe now. And I'm sorry to say it, but chances are everything that we believe now as well is going to be challenged in years to come as well. So people might look back at us and think these guys really thought the earth was spherical. In actuality, it's a shape that we can't even comprehend right now. So we'll see what happens, I guess. Or we won't, and we won't live to see what things are for what they are. With this thinking, I think it does also kind of take the pressure off of a lot of things anyway, because some of the things that we believe to be 100% true today might not be correct. And with that, it comes with no one really knows what they're saying. All of our information is relative to something else. You know, like we were taught that 2 + 2 = 4, but where did that foundation of knowledge come from? I know if you take 2 rocks and like you can count 4, but I don't want to go into that right now, but you understand what I mean. Yeah, to sum up, I would just say that it's good to question your thinking. You're going to be able to be less ignorant and in turn more knowledgeable around certain topics that you choose to look into. Of course, that being said, you might not want to look into everything all the time because we might all be wrong about everything anyways. So all we're doing is just discussing things for the sake of it. Maybe everything is just trivial, who knows? But yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a like. Give me a comment below what your views are on Devil's Advocate. Do you play it yourself? Do you get annoyed when people play it? I think at the end of the day, there's just a place and a time to do it, and you've got to be able to gauge that time correctly. And of course, other than that, subscribe for more content, and I will see you soon with another video shortly. Take care. Bye.